Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about a new palette launching from Physicians Formula, and it's not the kind of palette you might think. This is a face palette. Well, face and fragrance palette. Stick with me. This is the Butter Collection palette. It's based off of their super well-known, kind of cult status butter bronzer and now blush and highlight collections. It's limited edition, like the palette itself is limited, but it also contains a couple of limited edition pieces inside as well. This has not launched, by the way. They sent this to me. I got this a few days back. I'm on their press list, so they sent this to me. And in with all of the information they sent, they don't include pricing or launch date, but they are teasing this super heavily on their Instagram right now, and so I just have a feeling it's going to be dropping soon. When it does, it's going to be available on Walmart, maybe in-store at Walmart. It just says exclusively at Walmart and physiciansformula.com, so it might be available Walmart.com too, but I would say for the best bet of knowing when it's going to be available to check physiciansformula.com, because they already have like a blurred out picture of it teasing it on their website, so I think it's coming soon. But back to what actually comes inside the palette. There are going to be two versions of this. There's light medium, which is the one they sent me, and then medium deep. In the light medium version, you're going to get the bronzer, and this is in the original shade. It's kind of confusing because it says bronzer in bronzer, but I think that just stands for like the original butter bronzer that Physicians Formula initially launched, because they've since come out with a light bronzer and then two deeper shades than this as well. So this is like the original bronzer shade. Then they also include one of their blushes in Natural Glow. Both of these are part of their permanent collection, so you may already have these in your collection. Maybe that's how you fell in love with them, like me. This bronzer is one of my favorite bronzers ever. I think it's been in countless favorites videos for me. It's just such a good go-to in how natural and buildable it is, but that's really besides the point. Just know that I love it. Then, like I said, you get the blush in Natural Glow. I am less crazy about their blushes. When they first launched, they only had two shades, and both of those that I had tried weren't all that pigmented. I wasn't sure that this one in particular, Natural Glow, is almost more of a highlighter because it's this soft peach with a gold shimmer to it, and I have to layer this up so much to get the peach to show that I almost sooner see that gold shimmer to it. So for me, it's almost like you get three highlighters in here. Yes, you can definitely build the pigment up to get a hint of pigment, but I personally think a lot of people, at least beyond those that are fair, will find that this might be closer to a highlight for them than a blush, unless they really prefer an ultra subdued blush. They have since come out with two deeper or more pigmented blushes in their permanent collection, and one of those, actually, if I read the sheet that comes, the blush that you get in the medium deep palette is Vintage Rouge. Then onto the highlighters of this palette, which are really like, I think they are the stars of the show. They make this palette for me. They are brand new and they are limited edition. The first of which is Full Moon, which is this warm, frosty golden shade. Then to help, I think it's nice how they put like a balance or a contrast in here with then a cooler highlighter. This was called Galactic. If they don't make Galactic permanent, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm already worried about running out of it because it is this insanely pigmented, metallic, kind of overtly shimmery highlighter. Like I almost didn't think I would like it when I first applied it, but then as I kept building it up, I became obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it might be my new favorite highlighter from the drugstore. I will just be heartbroken if they do not put this in the permanent collection. It is that beautiful. I love that they put both of these in here so that you can kind of choose warm or cool depending on your look, or you can, I actually have them layered up here today because I wanted to show you one on one cheek, one on the other, and then just to even it out, I wore both on either cheek. I love how they look like that, and you also know me, I am such a fan of highlighter layering, so that's kind of how I have them worn today, and I just like that you can kind of do it all with both of these in this palette. I love this. So that is it for the makeup side of things here. Overall, I love the face this created, even though I'm not a huge fan of the blush. I do think if you're gonna go with a bolder highlight like this, and typically I would wear a stronger eye too, I think it looks well balanced. You know, you get the bronzer comes off really well, the highlights are super intense, and so, you know, when that's the case, I don't mind having a more subdued blush, but just know that if you are a blush person, you like to have like that pop of pigment on your cheeks, you might not get that, especially from the light medium palette. And then last thing about this, before I move on to the fragrance, I want to say I can't comment on the size of these products. Unfortunately, while I can do a visual comparison, it looks like these are roughly the size of a full-size product. They don't put the product weights on the back. I'm sure they will once it's published online, or maybe when you actually buy this, it's going to come with more packaging that specifies all of that. But for now, I can't tell you how much product you're getting in here versus what you get in a full size. And even then, if I could, I don't have the price of this palette, so I'm really hoping they don't just crank up the price on this, because it's so good. Now on to the fragrance in here. This is limited edition as well, and you get half a fluid ounce in here. I love this kind of size because it's perfect for travel. You still get the little spray thing, so you don't have to worry about like dabbing it on yourself. I just think this is a great size. When I first saw this, I was a little nervous that they were really just going to bottle the literal scent from the butter bronzer and put it in perfume form. Not that I don't like this scent, but it is a little bit too coconutty for me. It's refreshing in small doses, but it might be a little bit too sweet, too overtly coconutty for me on a daily basis. But I'm really happy to say it is inspired by the butter bronzer scent, or the butter collection scent, but I think they really did the fragrance right. So let me read you the description they have on the back of the palette. It says it captures the iconic Physicians Formula scent with the island coconut blend, but they added floral tropical notes surrounded by creamy sandalwood and warm vanilla. And if you know me, anytime I talk about fragrance here on the channel, I love kind of deeper, muskier, earthier tones, and I think by balancing out the sweet, florally coconut in here with that sandalwood and warm vanilla, this is a heavenly scent to me. I really like what they did here. It's reminiscent of the butter collection goodness, but I think so much better and so much more wearable on a daily basis. In terms of lasting time, very few fragrances last like all day on me. I just noticed them fading away super quickly. This one really is no different. I don't have a super wear time, but it also might just be part of my body chemistry. If you don't find you have a problem with that, this might last on you, but honestly, I don't falter for that because, like I said, rarely does a fragrance last all day on me. So really, I just like that it's small enough where I can pack it to go, whether it's, traveling far or just sticking it in my purse to just, touch up throughout the day as needed. All in all, guys, this is pretty much a must for me. If it is attractive to you, I highly recommend you check the Physicians Formula website, maybe sign up for their emails, because I'm sure the day it drops, they will send you a big old email letting you know it's available, where you can buy it. And on their website, they do have, in fact, let me look so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so on their website, if you purchase from their website, if you put a friend on their mailing list, they will get 50% off, and when they place their first order, you also get 50% off. I'm not sure if that's only for first time orders though, so you might definitely want to check, but I mean, if this is your first purchase and not knowing how expensive this is going to be, this might be the time to buy from physiciansformula.com. Plus, with limited edition things, it's always so hard to find in store. I frequently don't find it's worth the time and effort it takes to search for it. So if you know it's going to be available either at Walmart or Physicians Formula, I would just keep an eye there, because I really love this. And like I said, I hope they make the Galactic Highlighter permanent, and I hope they make the Butter Paradise fragrance permanent. I really like that. I just don't think you can go wrong with this entire palette. So that's it. That's all she wrote. That's everything that I think about this palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I would love to hear what you think of this palette. If you're planning on getting it, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.